I want to, and I introduced them earlier, but I'd love to have them take a few minutes and kind of get into kind of their legislative agenda. They're doing some great work up in the Senate, and again, I look to them to take my cues and find a path forward. I'm so thrilled that they're here tonight because it was a miserable commute. If anybody was coming from Boston, it was a pretty tough commute today. But I just want to thank them, and please thank them. I'd love to hear from them now. Senator Eldridge, Jamie Eldridge from Acton. My good friend from Wayne.
Great. Thank you, Paul. So good evening, and really appreciative for Senator Feeney to invite me here today. Paul and I were friends before he was elected to the Senate. We've become very good friends in a short time in the Senate. My name is Jamie Eldridge. I'm State Senator for the Middlesex and Worcester District, which is the 495 Route 2 Mass Pike area, and I want to say it's great to see Kathy here. So I work very closely with Kathy in opposing the Kinder Morgan pipeline portion that was going to go through the northern part of my district, which then was attempt to push it up to New Hampshire. So, and I want to note that because when a similar organization to Citizens Against Biloba compressor station, organized at the very beginning, and this was under Governor Patrick at first, we really didn't think that we would win, but it was really just showing up like this and showing up at every possible DPU hearing, interaction with, for now it'll be Governor Baker, any energy or environmental officials, and really just showing how united you are in opposition to this pipeline and of course the compressor station. It's great to see you have a bipartisan unity against this proposal with Representative Howard, with Senator O'Connor, and I don't want to repeat what Kathy said, but I did file this bill really in reaction to all of the natural gas pipelines that have been proposed across Massachusetts. And just to remind people of the bill number, because the bill has had a hearing. It's Senate 1847, House 3400, an act clarifying authority and responsibilities of the Department of Public Utilities. And it would require more rights for interveners, such as yourself. It would prohibit any development or pipeline development over Article 97 land, conservation land. It would prohibit charging all of us for expanded pipelines, so the so-called pipeline tax. So it would prohibit that. What the court said that what Governor Baker was trying to do puts this into statute. And then it makes sure that when there's hearings, they're really looking at, well, is the gas for Massachusetts residents, or is it what we all know what it's really about? It's about exporting gas to other countries and making that point, and therefore we don't need we don't need the natural gas here, and it's really just being done for profit. So that's a bill that's been heard by the Joint Committee on Telecommunications, Utility, and Energy, and I'm hoping that it'll get reported out of committee. But just because it's the Joint Committee process can be a little mystifying, I have spoken to Senator Mark Pacheco, who I know represents the district in this region, and he serves as the Senate Chair of the Global Warming and Climate Change Committee. He's looking to put out a comprehensive bill, and I know that the Senate delegation has spoken to Senator Pacheco about including this bill in the so-called omnibus energy bill that's coming out of that Senate committee. So I really appreciate his willingness to listen to that, listen to our ideas and our concerns that would really affect the whole Commonwealth, including this region and this pipeline proposal. So that's certainly something that I'm hoping can be included in taking my bill and putting it into the comprehensive bill. As Lisa talked a little bit, obviously the reason that there's at least some push for more gas is that we're relying upon it, and we need to change that dynamic and move towards embracing solar more. And so as much as I'm very excited about the offshore wind, as much as I recognize that hydroelectric can provide some non-fossil fuel energy source for Massachusetts, I really think the greatest growth has been in solar. And we do have net metering caps and other policies where Massachusetts can't put up as much solar right now because of some of the limitations of our current laws. So those are other bills that I'm hoping will be in Senator Pacheco's bill and that the legislature will eventually pass, because obviously the more solar that's built, the less reliant we are on natural gas to move away from fossil fuels. And I'll just mention a bill that I have filed that's really sort of about, what kind of vision do we want to aspire to as residents of Massachusetts. It's a 100% renewable energy bill. So move Massachusetts to 100% renewable energy by 2050. Let's end our reliance on fossil fuels in Massachusetts. Close really quickly and just say that Senator Feeney is just a true fighter. I knew he was a true fighter before he became elected to the Senate. For him to ask me to come down here, I was honored to do that. And the ability for all of us to come together is really, really important. And realize that you have allies all across Massachusetts. Because as you can see from the maps that Kathy showed you, these pipeline proposals are literally across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So look forward to standing with you against the Rehoboth compressor gas station and any other environmental energy issues you have, concerns you have. Thank you.